This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Because, I meant to mention that the dryer was running. Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Glitter and Lasers. I've been playing with the sound, so here you go. I am mostly not sick, so there's that. And yeah, we got a lot to catch up on, and I want to start off with Anna's Strongwoman thing that's going on, because I happen to know from good authority, aka Anna's own feed, that Anna is having a rough time of it. Anna's been doing it for 2 weeks now, and she's already having a flare up. Who called that one? I believe if we follow Sam's cycle, we are in the off platform defensiveness, and we're going into defensive convincing, where Anna is not only yelling at us for not supporting her enough, but also defending herself from criticism that she perceives and also is actually receiving, and also telling us things that, like, you guys, you don't know what my flare-ups are like. Flare-ups are special to everybody. How dare you compare my flare-ups to your flare-ups? My flare-ups are super, super special flare-ups that you can't possibly know anything about. You don't know me. So there you go. That kind of flare-up. That's what we're at right now. So yeah, we're in outside feedback and off platform defensiveness right now. So we're getting the good news is we're making it towards the contradictory reveal phase, which means we'll start learning some stuff soon and having some things that people have been speculating about revealed to us soon. So there you have that. Things I wanted to talk about before we get too deep into this. I have seen Chikara's video, and I have, more importantly, not that I don't like Chikara, but I have also seen Lindsay's video about Anna and Anna's form with her Strongwoman stuff. And the reason why I say the Lindsay one's slightly more important is because I do believe Lindsay does participate in Strongwoman, or is herself a Strongwoman. And Lindsay also trains. So does Chikara. Don't come for me. But with the two of them both talking about her form, and Lindsay pointing out that Anna's on the course to hurting herself, there have been some interesting developments in Anna's feed, one of which being Anna using a Smith machine. I don't care what Anna wants to say. It is interesting that right after Lindsay suggests that Anna use a Smith machine to learn how to do a split squat. Here, say that 5 times fast. Correctly, Anna suddenly starts using a Smith machine. Ha! I myself use a Smith machine. They make things they make things easy to do if you're a beginner. Ha! Go figure. Anna, you're a fucking beginner. Join the rest of us. It's okay. We have cookies. It's just like, anyhow. So I am going to give Lindsay the win on that one. I don't care. Probably not. But you know, here's the thing. In Lindsay's most recent video talking about Anna doing a split squat in the Smith machine, Lindsay said something to the effect of, "Who am I? I'm nobody. She's probably not watching me." I will tell you right now, she probably is. Because I meant to mention that the dryer was running, but it just now stopped. Anna likes to preemptively block people, and the only way that she knows how to preemptively block people is if she and or one of her minions is watching you, right? There's a reason why damn near anything on Instagram with the words tiny blue in it, not all of those being my actual accounts, are all blocked from being able to see her Instagram accounts. And I have it on good authority that there are other people who have never interacted with her accounts before who are also preemptively blocked from Anna's accounts, which means someone is going through other reactors followers and blocking those people from Anna's Instagram accounts just because they are following reaction Instagram accounts. Just saying. She's probably watching your shit. But anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about Anna and her split squats. So, I'm not a split squat expert. I don't train people. I just got done saying I'm using the Smith machine. I'm learning to do squats in those because I want to start doing weighted squats and moving on to not using the Smith machine. Not that there's anything wrong with the Smith machine, but I do want to move on to using free weights and that kind of stuff. This is Anna doing a split squat, demonstrating herself doing a split squat. That's not a split squat, by the way, in her kitchen, and then getting back up from said split squat. We're going to say that word a lot. Yeah. I don't know why she took that as a victory. Here's the deal. That's not good form. That made me cringe. And when she went down on her knee like that, I was just like, oof. You gonna bruise from that one. Let me see if I can get... Now a lot of this I'm getting off of... These are from her stories from Instagram. I was gone for a while off of her Instagram, not keeping up on it. So a lot of this I'm pulling off of the Reddit that shall be unnamed. So give me a second to try to read some of these, all right? So, and I took a picture of it. So Anna says, because I'm a boomer, leave me alone. Anna says, sometimes the mental barriers are tougher than the physical ones. I've been practicing the split squat movement every night to convince my body it was okay for my body to do it now. Tonight, I finally let go of the countertop and trusted my body. This may seem small, but it was freaking huge for me. Here's the deal. I'm just stunned that she is not capable of doing a split squat after all of the shit that she has told us and demonstrated to us over the past 2 years at least of her doing all of these co-pilot, aka train well exercises with her doing squats and lunges and all this shit, and she's just like the biggest badass that ever badassed, you know, and she's constantly showing us how cool and awesome she is doing all these exercises, and she's never progressing up weight and shit like that. But she has a whole entire video of her showing us how to squat during her co-pilot era, right? And now she's acting like, you know, she can barely, well, she's demonstrating she can barely do a split squat, right? Here's the other thing. Anna says, this wasn't the most impressive thing I did at the gym today, but it was the most important one to me. Last week, I tried to do this move and nearly had a panic attack. I cried and literally shook through every set so much my coach had to walk me through it. I did the move holding onto the bar for support with no weight. That's not the point of the bar in the Smith machine, by the way. That's an actual bar. If you don't, it will come down. It's a real bar. It just has safety brakes on it sometimes, but only if you set them. And these are not set right. These might be the stoppers. And we'll take a look at it. And I know how to use the Smith machine. And if those are the stoppers, those are way too fucking low. Anyway, this week, every night I practice a split squat to try and get over my fear of a split squat. 2 days ago was the first time I let go of the counter for support. We just watched that one. Watching how smooth and effortless it is, knowing how freaking much of a shit show it was last week. Can you imagine crying in a gym with your trainer over doing a split squat? Okay, anyway, I am so proud of myself. I am learning to trust my new body. The feeling is so overwhelming, I don't think I'll ever put it into words properly. shit show is a pretty good description of it. All right, this is her doing the split squat in the Smith machine. All right. And I just kind of want to see if those are the breakers or not. Yeah, okay. So if these are the breakers, and I'm just guessing they are, because I don't know what else they would be. They need to be, if she's only coming down like that far, she needs to have those breakers like right here. Because if for whatever reason her legs give out, that bar is going to come down with her and she's going to really hurt herself. That's the whole point of these little bumper things is if she can't hold that bar, and I know it's just the bar. I think the bar's like 20 pounds, 25 pounds, something like that. It's not very heavy. It's heavy if you've never done this shit before, but it's not heavy. Still, it's heavy enough. If that thing comes down on you full force, it's gonna hurt, right? And if she loses her balance, which she is prone to do because she doesn't have any, and that bar just keeps coming, it's just gonna come right down across the back of her neck. And I don't care how light that fucking bar is, it's gonna hurt, right? And that bumper, it needs to be higher because that's way too low. That's where that bar is gonna stop, which means she has to be under here for it to stop. So that bumper needs to be way up higher because she's not coming down very far. Yeah, that's the furthest she's coming down. So that bumper needs to be like here-ish in order to really protect her from falling with the bar. That's my only real critique of this is just she's not using the machine properly for safety. And that's my only real critique. Like her forms, I think her form's still shit. She's not balanced out right. And you can tell by the way her legs kind of curving in. She looks like she's curtsying more than she's like squatting. Like your legs are still supposed to be hip width apart. She looks like she's got her legs like lined up behind her. Like she's curtsying and not squatting. That's how it looks from here. But again, the thing about the Smith machine is you don't have to worry about balancing the bar because it's racked in here, but it's still a bar. If you have it, like when you pull it out, you tip it out and the little thing disengages from the locks, it's still moving, right? And that's why these bumpers are important. But yeah, she needs to get those bumpers in place. Anyway, she really does look like her legs are not in the right spots, but whatever. All right, here's the thing. Anna is acting like she has never done a split squat before. And she's also acting like she's never done a supported split squat before. All right, I give you evidence that this is not true. Some of you may remember Anna's journey to become a runner back in 2024. So this video was posted on March 28th, or sorry, no, that's not even remotely close. This video was posted on March 18th, 2024, right? This was the second installment in her 3-part series about her running journey. And this, I'm going to play the little clip here for you guys. But this is Anna at Run Lab using the TRX straps.
With Casey, we were working on 2 really important things. The first was learning how to feel and fire my glute muscles.
And then from here, I'm gonna squat down on that single leg and then come back up.
Currently, when I ran, I did not use my butt. So learning how to fire my glutes would help me move more safely, as well as kind of divide the demand of my muscles out.
Oh, wait, was that an unsupported split squat she just did?
I need to be able to recover
Oh my God, is she doing another one?
more quickly and move more efficiently.
Huh. She just did 2 of them in a row. Weird. So I just wanted to bring that up, that this is not the first time Anna has done a split squat. This is not the first time Anna has done an unsupported split squat. It's the first time she's done a weighted split squat. Yes, but that shit in her kitchen, I don't know what that was other than her just being a goober. Now, here's the other thing. That video, again, was from March of 2024. These videos are being posted in, what month are we in? August of 2025. If we say that Anna has lost that much balance and mobility in what, a year and some change. That says more about Anna and her inactivity and possibly the damage that the surgeries have done to Anna than anything else, right? Because Anna was clearly capable of doing it before, right? She did it with the TRX straps. She did it unsupported. She did it unsupported by herself twice. Probably more than that. That's just what we saw in the video, right? I think her stance is a little more wide here when she's at the machine. And that's just because you can do it there. Because she's clearly, I think personally, it looks like, again, not an expert, it looks like she's holding onto the bar still for stability when she's doing these. Right? And also the angle's kind of weird for me to be, but it does look like her stance is a little wider here. Again, it looks like she's curtsying more, and it just kind of looks like the way she's gripping the bar, that she's still using that bar for balance as opposed to just using it for weight. You're not really supposed to be balancing with the, like, on the bar. The bar is not there for balance, right? It's just the machine is to keep the bar from, it's spotting you. The machine is spotting you, so you don't need a spotter, if that makes sense. Anyway. So I just wanted to talk about that and Anna and her split squats. So that was just something that like clicked in my head that I wanted to talk about as we progress forward. Now, I do want to talk about the rest of Anna's strongman stuff. I still haven't done a deep dive into her, well, as deep a dive as we're going to go, into her trainer yet. I do mean to, but I also want to watch, I know Greg Duchette did a video on Anna and her journey, and I want to watch that before I go into the coach's social media, just because I like watching Greg Duchette's stuff. I haven't watched it in a really long time, so I want to watch his thing on Anna and see what he has to say, and also just to see what the hell he's up to, because I don't think I've watched a video of his in like a year or more at this point, so I'm kind of interested. So yeah. All right. But that's why I haven't dug into that guy yet. But I do want to look at the rest of Anna's videos. So let's go down, because I want to look at the workout videos, and then I want to look at the crash out, because that'll be fun. All right. So this is Anna at the gym, and she says, I forgot to post this yesterday. I got all hyped about the wedding. She's talking about Taylor Swift. I don't give a shit. I didn't even realize that's what she was talking about. Someone had to like fill me in. I thought one of her friends was getting married. I kind of let everything else slide. Don't let this video fool you. I felt these yesterday and I'm still feeling them today. Also, fun fact, I have reached that point in lifting that I now have to explore pelvic floor therapies. So that's fun. If you know, you know. I had no idea what the hell she was talking about. I needed both Chikara and Lindsay to explain it to me in their videos, because I did not know that was a thing. So now I know. I guess I have not reached that point in lifting where I need to explore pelvic floor strengthening. I suppose as a woman or someone with pelvic floors, it's probably not the worst idea to look into that kind of stuff. I mean, you can never have a strong enough pelvic floor, I suppose. I'm just guessing. It's my guess. But I've never had that warning given to me at any point. So thanks, Anna. Anyway, I think what she's doing here is a Romanian deadlift. I think that's what she's trying to do anyway. I'm almost positive, yeah, that this is not how you do one. I don't use a bar. I use a kettlebell. I use like a 20-pound bell when I do this. Because I lift heavy, you guys. But like, I'm pretty sure you're just supposed to keep your legs straight, keep your shoulders back, and keep your back straight. You're supposed to like hinge. You're supposed to like be straight and just hinge up and down. And yeah, she's not only not hinging, but she's like all rounded out. And she's like bending her legs and stuff. So I'm almost positive this isn't right. And I have a theory. So hear me out on this, because I haven't really dug deep into her coach yet. And I know that this is related, so hang on with me. I know Greg Duche just put a video out on Anna. Well, it's not just out, but I haven't watched it yet. And I haven't watched Greg in like a year or more at this point. So I want to watch Greg's video on Anna and her journey. And I want to see what Greg has to say. And then I want to go and look into the coach a little bit more, because here's the thing. Anna keeps showing us these videos of her doing this piss poor form, no pun intended. And it's just, guys, the I peed here joke, it writes itself, and she's not going to live this shit down. And I'm so sorry, but she did it to herself at this point. Anyhow, I want to see what Greg has to say. I want to go see her coach's stuff, because he has all these pictures of people that he's coached. He himself competes. He's got this gold star. My point is this gym is kind of like his resume, right? And it looks impressive from an outside view. It might be absolute bullshit. I don't know. I need to do a little bit more research. But the way Anna is framing his coaching through the videos that she is sharing with us, he looks very passive, and he looks very uninterested in her form and in her progress, right? That's just how he's kind of coming off. But let us remember, the way she was kind of framing Run Lab back when she was running and they were training her, they didn't look real good either until she put out that 3-part series where she kind of like had a longer document. Well, I lost my words there. Where she did kind of a longer documentary of her time with Run Lab, right? And then we got to see some more behind the scenes footage of what she was actually getting told by the trainers there. Like we got to hear them say, "You don't run. You barely walk correctly." You know, we got to hear some harsh truths being told by the coaches there. And we basically learned that they weren't training her to run. They were training her to walk, right? And Anna was just kind of hearing what she wanted to hear. She wasn't hearing what the coaches were actually telling her. And so let's keep that in mind with these videos. Like, and I haven't heard or seen anybody going after the coach, so I don't think that's happening. But I just want to keep that in mind, because I have a seeking suspicion that that's what's happening again. And I want to kind of go back to like the very first time we met the coach and hit this coach with her video, and she was doing that bar squat, right? And she went down and she was on the 2 plates under her heels, and she just had the bar. I think she had 10 pounds on either side. So she was going down and she was coming back up, and she came back up all crooked. Like, I'm really not exaggerating much. And she came back up all crooked, and the coach was like right there. He like rushed right in, and he picked up the side that was all crooked, and he helped her come back up out of that squat, and he spotted her, and it was great. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. He's there. He's on it. He's going to help her. She's got a good guy on her side, right? I was very excited about that. And we haven't seen anything like that since. Like, nothing like that since. We haven't seen him correcting her form. We haven't even heard him talking to her much. So, I mean, maybe there is some. I have the audio turned off on a lot of these because I know there's music in the background. So, you know, my thought is she is showing us the pre-correction. So that's why A, her form looks like shit. And B, why we're not seeing him being more active with her training. It's because Anna's not showing it to us. Because I don't know. Because Anna thinks she's already perfect. Because Anna's saving it for the docuseries that she's going to put together later. I don't know. There's some motivation behind it. I don't think she's trying to sabotage the guy, but it kind of is coming off that way. I don't know. But I think I want to do more research into the guy, because I don't think he's necessarily a bad or disinterested coach. And I haven't heard anybody say that, so don't read into that more than there is there. But if I didn't already know how sneaky Anna can be with her videos, it would kind of seem that way from her videos, right? So I think that's what's happening is Anna, for whatever reason, is just posting these videos thinking she's showing herself being supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and she's not. And she's been told that by lots of people at this point. And I'm guessing she's probably being told that by her coach as well. And that might be why she's having her flare up. Or she could just be sore after 2 weeks of 3 days a week at the gym and 2 days of active rest. I mean, she's probably just sore. That's a lot of activity for her. I mean, she is more active than the girls, but the rest of the girls, but that's a lot of activity for her. I think she's just kind of setting the coach up, or just unintentionally making him look bad because she wants to make herself look good, and she doesn't look good, which makes him look bad, makes him look even worse, right? Does that make sense to everybody? Anyway, let's jump on to some of the other videos she's posted. Again, I'm getting pretty much everything off the Reddit, in case people are wondering. This is Anna. This is another one of Anna's stories. She says, I forgot to post this. I'm working on my breathing, 325 pounds, doing sets of, I think, 6, ? Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you remember how many you're doing in a set? Honestly, I can't remember. Seems kind of weird to me. The way my coach taught me to breathe properly is to think like you're underwater, and when you get to the top, your head is just above water, and that's when you grab your air. I mean, cool. She's doing another one of those hex bar lifts again. Now, we know she can lift 400 in the hex bar, but she just did the one, and didn't she walk with it or something? I don't remember. But anyway, we know that the 400 isn't really that impressive. So she's down to 325 because she's doing repetitions. So again, if the 400 at a max rep wasn't that impressive, then the 325 at rep is not that impressive either. But this is another one of those points where her form looks like shit. And this one does have a comment about the coach underneath it, but I think it was more of a slam on Anna and less of a slam at the coach, really, because Anna's like, my coach says yada, yada, yada. And then the comment underneath this is like, did the coach tell her to round her back too? And I think that was more of a slam on Anna than the coach, but it's only going to be a little bit more time before people are really going to start actually questioning the coach because of the way Anna is presenting him, you know? So this one is interesting, other than the spelling. Working on log today, excited because Cybernetic Strongman, her coach, told me the weight I'm using today is similar to a novice comp weight, 110 pounds, in my weight class. We'll talk about that. I still have so much to learn, but today's gym session felt so much better than the last two. Here's the thing. As it has been explained by, I think, both Alona and Lindsay, Anna is too big for any of the weight classes. So she has to go into the general weight class, which is basically everybody else, right? And she's also, because she's in that weight class, she's like in the mixed pool. So she's in there with like early beginners, I guess, like herself, but also with like longtime competitors. So she's competing against other seasoned competitors, if that makes sense. I guess my point is there's no such thing as a weight class for her because she's outside of all of the weight classes. So that's the thing. Like, I don't know what she's talking about novice weight in her class, because to my understanding, that is not a thing. So I don't know who's blowing smoke up whose ass, but Anna will not tell us how much she weighs, which, whatever. But I think it was Ilona was pointing out that she has to weigh in order to compete. Like, she can't not weigh in. And because that's one of the ways that they factor your points is through your weight. So you can't not tell them, you can't not weigh in, because otherwise they can't factor your points. right? You can't compete because they can't tell you what your points are, right? So she's gonna have to eventually weigh, and I believe that becomes public because I believe these are public. So will she ever compete? We'll find out. So I don't know what she's talking about. 110-pound log. I don't know what this is. It looks like something I've seen at the Highlander games, honestly. If you know, you know. If she is actually starting to lift novice weight, though, I mean, that makes sense. Because, again, she was going on about her lifting that yoke. And the yoke was basically the weight of the actual yoke itself. And then what was the other thing that she was effectively just lifting the weight of the bar itself? And she was just like, yeah, I'm killing it. And I'm like, no, yay, you're doing it. I don't want to take away from the fact that you're doing the thing. Like, cool. But you're basically just lifting the weight of the bar. Like, she basically just lifted the weight of the yoke. Which you have to be able to lift the weight of the yoke before you can start putting more weight on the yoke. Like, if you can't lift the damn thing on its own, you can't put more weight on it. Okay? So I think it was like the briefcase thing that she was carrying. It was effectively just the weight of the little thing that they load up with the weight itself kind of thing. And it's like, it's cool that she's doing that. I don't have a problem with it. I think because you have to learn how to do the competition lifting itself, right? You have to learn how to do that. But also stop acting like, 110 pounds is the beginning. Like, this is one plate, right? Let's pretend like that's a 10-pound weight because that kind of is what it looks like. I'm just eyeballing it, which means that whole damn thing itself, this log itself, is 100 pounds. So you got to be able to lift at least 100 pounds before you put weight on it. Otherwise, you can't even do this. It's not even that it's a novice weight. It's you have to be able to lift 100 pounds because that's what that weighs. Right? Right? Anyway. Okay, so this was her talking about the split squats, and I didn't get it in order, and I apologize, but she says, while today was a good day, I almost broke down in tears doing split squats. Prior to surgery, these were always very painful for me to do, and I have mostly avoided them since my first surgery. So doing them with any weight at all was overwhelming. I just showed you the video of her doing them with Run Lab, and she didn't look like she was in pain, let me put it that way. So doing them with any weight is overwhelming. I find things that hurt the most pre-surgery are the most overwhelming to do, not because they are hard to do, but because my mind is conditioned. Okay, I need to put my glasses on. I'm sorry. That's not her. That's my eyeballs. Let's try that again. I find the things that hurt the most pre-surgery are the most overwhelming to do, not because they are hard, but because my mind and body is conditioned to hurt from them and to avoid them. I think I understand what she said there. I still wince every time I go down steps, even though I have no pain. Oh, talk about that. The split squat was like this, but 100 times more mentally challenging. And then she has another little thing down here that says, has anyone else experienced this? And it says, yes, getting over the mental block is hard. And the other option was, no, I've never experienced this. I'd like to see the results of that poll, but it's gone now. Like I showed in that video, it didn't look at any point like she was in pain. And that was pre-op. So, but Anna, she'll just say that she was just grinning and bearing through it. She was just sucking it up, even though now that she's not in pain at all, she's in tears. Okay. Sure can. This is a side view of Anna deadlifting. I think it's more Romanian deadlift. And again, I'm almost positive you're supposed to hinge. but you can see even more from the side here. You can see even more how she's bending her legs, her back's all rounded out, her shoulders aren't back where they're supposed to be. She straightens out okay, I guess. Again, not an expert. I'm just going where my eyes are showing me. And then when she sets it down, she's like setting it down in stages. So I just kind of wanted to include this. I know it's getting cut off, but I don't want to readjust my screen. It's really not that important. For whatever reason, Anna decided to celebrate Taylor Swift's engagement by having both a Coke and whatever this orange drink is. Okay. I'm celebrating Taylor Swift's engagement by knowing absolutely nothing about it. Is she marrying the football guy, or did she find another guy? Were they even still together? What was he, a Dolphins? Who was the what team does he even play for? If it's that guy, I don't remember. Anyway, I want to play this one. I don't know who this woman is. I do want to kind of look into it. I am curious because Anna is kind of like, Anna's being very smug about this. She also has some more of this up on her, either the Instagram or the TikTok. We'll look at one of those. We'll look at those accounts here in a minute. But are they going to be collabing? And does this woman know what she's in for? Because Anna seems to think that she's like this woman's size, and she's not. So, but anyway, maybe she'll get there. This is just another video of Anna's questionable food choices, but we don't know what she eats, you guys. She's just apparently eating a whole bowl of olives. And since she's in her workout gear, I'm just going to assume, because this is one of the outfits she was wearing at the gym. So I'm just going to assume she's eating a bowl of olives after she worked out, as she does. This is the woman she was talking to. This is Gabrielle, or Gabby Girl Pro Strongwoman. It says, Anna says, also follow this, babe. Strong women do not get the respect they deserve. Don't they, though? I have a lot of respect for strong women. Actual strong women. The training and dedication it takes to do the things they do is insane. This is true. I've talked many times about the Olympic strong women. I talked about them during the Olympics. I've talked about them since Anna has decided she is one of them. I talk about the dedication and the training that they have to go through, and how I don't have that kind of dedication and training, right? And I hear Alona talking about them all the time. So I don't know. I guess maybe you're just not in the right circles. I guess until recently, Anna's just not been in the right circles to hear people talking about strong women. I mean, I talked about my sister-in-law. So, like, Anna's just not in the right circles to hear people talking about strong women is what really is going on here. Like, Anna just recently discovered strong women, and so now she's just recently starting to hear people talk about strong women is what's really going on. Let's see. Also, if you need a reminder that people in all bodies can do amazing things, let Gabby be that for you. Okay. Hopefully someday I can get close to the level she and other strong women divas are at. She is the epitome of work hard, stay humble. I mean, strong women put in a shit ton of work to be at the level that they're at. Yes, Gabby yes, Gabby's overweight. Let's not split hairs. But I would imagine, I would be very interesting to see a DEXA scan of Gabby, honestly, just because there's a interesting phenomena that happens with sumo wrestlers where, yes, they have a crap ton of adipose, but they don't have a ton of visceral fat. So all of the weight that they tend to put on appears to just be fat on the outside. They don't have fat around their muscles, around their organs. And that seems to be because of the way they work out and because of the sport itself. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure if they continue to eat the way that they eat after they quit competing, I'm sure that changes. Don't get me wrong. But I wonder if that is true for strong women and strong men also. Like, if, because they all tend to have, or they don't tend to, but the ones that I can think of all tend to be overweight. Though I wonder, do they have excess visceral fat as well as adipose, or are they a lot like sumo wrestlers? Do they have excess adipose but not visceral? Did everybody follow me on that one? I just wonder. I don't know if anybody's ever looked into that, right? Because I know that they train a shit ton and then they compete. So I just wonder if that's how that works. Now, I also know that you don't necessarily have to be overweight to be a strong woman or a strong man, right? I know it's just kind of a stereotype. Alona was talking about that. So I know from Alona that that's a stereotype, and that apparently there's a trend now to be slimmer as a strong woman and still be able to lift heavy. So that's something that I heard through Alona's videos a while ago. So there's that. But it would be interesting to look into Gabby Girl. I don't know much about her, so it would be kind of interesting to look into her. The only two strongmen I really follow that much were the two that competed in the Olympics this past year. One was American, the other one was British. And they both kicked ass, so. And they were both overweight. Something I want to talk about. Anna's been posting a few of these. I just want to watch this. I think I only have two of them to watch. They're both up on her TikTok. We might skip over to that, actually. So let's go do that. Let's go hop over to TikTok real fast and go check that out. All right, yeah, before we go over there, actually, I want to talk about a couple more things that, again, I pulled off of the Reddit. This is Anna. Oops. Okay. This is Anna saying, working out in a skirt is very foreign at my gym, so now I want to do it more. After all, I'm just a girl. Teehee. Also, check out that tricep push down rocking 120 pounds. Cool. Here's the little part that I just read you. You see all these pictures along the top here, though? I think that's the actual coach. Now, these could all just be pictures of him. That's entirely possible. Typically, in gyms like this, I've only been in a couple. I didn't stay long. I'm not trying to like be like, Rrr. I'm just saying, I've been inside gyms like this. These are usually either the owner and or people he's trained or people who train at that gym, right? Does that make sense? So it's typically like the wall of bragging, right? You brag and it's your CV. So there's like this big ass wall here of people who are either people who have trained at this gym or people who have been trained by the owner. And I do think that's the owner. I could be very, very wrong about that, but it kind of looks like the owner from here, or her coach from here. Anyway, first off, I like these shoes. I think they're cute. Secondly, I don't care about her tricep push down. Anna's really leaning into the girly part of Strongwoman, and I don't like it. And I don't like it not because I'm not like, I am woman, hear me roar. Okay, that's cool. I don't have a problem with that. There's a whole reason why strong woman is a category, right? There's a whole reason why strong woman exists. And it's because women can be strong. That's why strong woman exists. There are women who are like, hold my beer. I can lift a heavy thing too, right? That's the point. I don't care if Anna wants to be the girl who can lift heavy things and wear pink frilly shit and have cute nails and wear lipstick. I don't care about that either. I just don't like that she's needing so hard to remind us all that she's the cutesy tee-hee girl over here lifting weights in her cute little skirt and her pom-poms and her cute shoes. Because in the past, though Anna has worn bright colors in the past, she in the past has always tried to play up the tomboy, right? She's always tried to play up the, you know, I'm not like other girls. I can deadlift a grown man. We've watched her do it. You know, I'm more manly than most women. You know, we've watched her do that in the past. That has been her identity in the past. And now that she's at a gym that I'm guessing is predominantly male, she's now trying to girly it up. And I don't like it. It just doesn't sit right with me. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like the way it's coming off, right? Because there's another part here and there's another picture here. And again, I apologize for the picture. It's not my picture. She put it up. It would not be the picture I would suggest I would have picked for anything. It's not a great picture, but it is a picture and we're going to have to look at it. This is Anna doing leg presses. Anna is very impressed with her leg presses. And it says, what does she say? I'm a little bit busy with girl therapy. And then it says, if you know, you know. I hate this. I identify very closely with feminists. I am a feminist. I really am. I fucking hate this. I really do. There is nothing feminist about this. As a matter of fact, this feels like a step backwards. I cannot express to you how much I fucking hate this. I can't. I don't care. I love her shoes. I love the fact that she painted them. I love it. I don't care about her gym clothes. I wear really bright colors at the gym too. Okay? I like brightly colored gym clothes as well. That's why I don't really come for her too much about her gym clothes. All right? Like, I wear real bright colors at the gym. I have some lipstick red leggings that I fucking love, and I wear them at the gym, all right? And I am not ashamed of it. So it's none of that. I don't like this girl therapy shit. I don't like it. All right? I don't like the tee girl wearing a skirt at the gym. I don't care if you want to wear a skirt at the gym. Fucking wear a skirt at the gym. Anna's done it before, or at least she's claimed she's done it before. She has shown us gym wear with skirts before. When she used to go to Disney, what was it, last year? Maybe the year before? She had 1 or 2 gym outfits that had a skirt, right? You know, she wore leggings and the skirt to the gym at Disney. I don't care. That's not the part I care about. The part I care about is her trying to, like, genderify her gym experience and, like, make it so, like, stereotypically, I don't know. I just fucking hate it. And I can't even put it into words why I hate it so much. But anyway, here we are. And I just wanted to share this with you so that I could share with you why I hate it so much. And I don't know, maybe you guys hate it as much as I do. Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just being old. Do I think the gym can be therapeutic? Yes. Do I think working out can be therapeutic? Yes. There's plenty of studies that show that. I think it's therapeutic for both men and women because exercise releases endorphins, yada, yada, yada. Done on a regular basis. It's been shown to help with everything from depression to dementia. There you go. So, you know, whatever. Go do your gym therapy. That's great. Being a girl and going to the gym has nothing to do with it. I think I would be equally offended if somebody said, I'm a little bit busy with boy therapy as well. I would be equally offended. Because it's fucking stupid. Hi. How are we? You can't both be in, well, you could both be in the cat bed, but none of you will share. All right, anyway. All right. So let's go over to the TikToks. All right, I want to talk about Anna's how it started versus how it's going videos that she's putting up. I think they're both on Instagram and TikTok. We're on TikTok right now. And I want to talk about them because, as though I say, video is inherently manipulative. These are extra manipulative, right? These definitely fall under the principles of dark anthropology, where she is trying to control the narrative. She is manipulating the audience by redefining things. And I say that in that she is redefining both the starting point and the finish point, or the progression point of this journey, quote unquote. I would use, my arm is occupied. And she is also very narrowly controlling the view of the audience, right? Again, that is what video does in general, but this is to a point that is beyond typical manipulation. Like, this is, in my opinion, straight dishonesty, because those of us who have been here know that this particular video, that you can even see the workout on the screen on her phone. This is when Anna was doing her co-pilot workouts, and we all remember, okay, sometimes I do hate her gym outfits, and I hate this gym outfit, and I always have, and I always will. But this is Anna in her co-pilot gym outfit back when, one, she was working out with co-pilot because she was getting paid to do it, and two, she was on Monjaro. She was taking weight loss injections at this point, right? So she is not stating that. I don't even believe she states it in the description of the video. Let me double check. No, she does not. She just says, and that's continuing to show up for myself. So she does not mention that this starting point that she has here is her both being paid to promote Train Well, because that's what it's called now, and B, taking weight loss injections. And there's music, which is why I don't have it going. And now she is showing herself post-op, post-taking injections, right? She's been at this point where she is showing us right now, which is the modern era. She was on the weight loss injections for roughly, I want to say almost a year. She is 4 liposuction surgeries down. She had skin removal surgery on her arms. Did she have any on her legs? No, she hasn't had it done on her legs. Did she have it anywhere else? No, it was just her arms. So she's had 4 liposuction surgeries. She's had skin removal from her arms. She was on weight loss injections, and she's on weight loss injections a second time. To my knowledge, because she said she was going to go back on them, she is currently on weight loss injections again. Right? The other thing that is incredibly dishonest about this is she shows herself on that workout bench. Will this just loop? Yeah, it'll just loop. She shows herself on this workout bench using, what are these? 5-pound dumbbells? 5 or 10-pound dumbbells. She is not training here to be a strong woman. This strong woman wasn't even in her leg, wasn't even something she was talking about at this point, right? This is 2023. Yeah, this is 2023. She wasn't even talking about strong woman at this point. She is not training to do heavy lifting at all, even though she was saying she was heavy lifting. She's not. So this is not how it started. This is not the start of this. These are not related at all. This is not the journey. This is not the starting point to this. It's incredibly dishonest, right? They're not related at all. But you don't know that unless you've been following her all this time. And I've been following her all this time. What does that say? So I am not amused by this, but this is Anna. Well, I mean, obviously, but this is how Anna operates, right? She rewrites her history. She repurposes her history, and she repackages it in a way that makes her current time look better. All right. There is a lot that has happened between this and this, and it is unrelated. Okay. Unfucking related. So there's another one I want to look at. Again, this is another how it started, how's it going. This is actually her form's better now. Better here. Well, that's a sad statement. This is Anna doing her. I still think she's doing a Romanian deadlift. I hear. I can be wrong, but this is Anna doing deadlifts with barbells, and I think these are like 5, maybe 10-pound barbells or dumbbells. These are dumbbells. Anyway, this is Anna at the very beginning when, again, she was training with Trainwell, aka co-pilot, on Monjaro pre-op, right? This is Anna post-surgery, 4 liposuction surgeries, post-skin removal on her arms, post being on Monjaro for roughly 9 months to a year, post being on Monjaro, or I don't know which one she's on now, but she's on another weight loss drug again. Okay? She was not at this point training for Strongwoman anything, because this is 2023. I'm almost positive, right? This is 2025. I don't care if she's doing 275 pounds. Cool. Your form is shit compared to what it was here. Like, at least you kept your legs straight for the most part. Like, hey, your form's worse, so I don't know what you're showing here. That's crazy. I just noticed that. Anyway, my point is, these are not related. They're not related. And again, there is a lot that went into this, and you're not acknowledging it. Right? You're not acknowledging it whatsoever. It's incredible. And then here in the because I'm too lazy to resize everything. She says, I haven't changed at all. I'm still showing up for myself. Just a Viking princess and her weights. Look. Here's the thing. I know she kind of miffed Ilona when she said that. Anna's Midwest. She's like Ohio-ish. Yeah, okay. At some point, our ancestors were Germanic, like 9 generations ago, something like that. I think my family came over, I think I'm 4th generation German on my mom's side. So that tells you how long it's been, right? But that's German, right? If you follow that family history back far enough, I'm sure there's a Norse line in there somewhere, and the Norse are what you all refer to as Vikings. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, that's probably how Anna's family tree goes as well. The blonde in her is actually probably real. She just bleaches it to make it more deep, more blonde, right? Kind of my point. You're not a Viking. You would not go a Vikinging, okay? It just isn't gonna be, it's just not happening, Anna. That is an insult. Stop it. You insulted a lot of people with that comment. Anyway. Including my cat. Do you not see his foot? This is the foot of insult right here. Was it the worst insult she's ever put out there? No. All right, so that I wanted to talk about those how's it going posts because, well, in this one even, it's gotten worse. She's just lifting heavier. Wow. So you're even closer to injuring yourself? And we can say that now because Anna's had a flare-up. And I want to watch this one. She says, sorry, I can't come to the phone now. I'm a little bit busy with girl therapy, but I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Maybe. Right. So these are where a lot of the stills are coming from that she was sharing, talking about the various things that she's lifting and the different weights that she's lifting and things like that. But again, going back, well, we talked about her split squat, so there's no point in talking about that there's no weight on the bar, right? There's minimal weight on this log. Cool. Again, beginner weight. She mentioned that, right? I don't know how much is on the press, but Ilona pointed out that even if it really was 300, that's not that big of a deal because Anna's like close to 500 pounds. So Alona says you should be able to get close to your own body weight with a leg press because you walk. Your legs lift your body weight, so you should be able to press close to your body weight, right, on a leg press. Also, she says the machines, when you're like that, they're all a little different. So, again, this is another one of those. This is that suitcase carry. I don't know what she exactly, I don't remember exactly what she called this one, but you can clearly see that, you know, she's lifting that thing plus what? Those might be 45-pound plates. They kind of look it from here. I don't know. I can't see the weight. I'm just guessing. I'm literally guessing. But again, there's just two weights, you know, it's just one set of weights on that thing. So it's basically the weight of that thing plus one set of weights. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's basically the weight of that thing plus minimal extra weight, right? Again, it's like the yoke. If she can't carry that damn thing plus minimal extra weight, she can't compete doing that thing at all. It's kind of like with the log. Her coach told her that that's, you know, the minimum beginner weight for competition, 110 pounds. It looks like that log is most of that 110 pounds, right? So whatever she's carrying here, whatever weight she's carrying here, the majority of that weight is probably the weight set up to begin with, the thing to carry the plates, right? So minimally, you've got to be able to lift the fucking bar. Same thing with the yoke. I would not be terribly surprised if that yoke thing, what she said, it was like 300 and some odd pounds she was carting around. I wouldn't be surprised if that damn yoke wasn't close to 300 pounds. I mean, that thing would look massive. I don't want to take away from her that she's training, but it's not that impressive. Again, she's doing that hex bar thing again. We've already talked. Would you stop? TikTok, I swear to motherfucking... The hex bar thing, we know she can lift more than that on the hex bar. So her lifting 325 pounds is actually down from what we know she can lift. Not a huge deal, but we know that the 400 pounds on the hex bar isn't that impressive. So she's actually come down. I'm sorry, did my hand get too close to your head and it didn't scratch your head? My bad. Anyway, I wanted to watch that. So let's look at Anna's flare up and then we're done with this video. All right, in true Anna fashion, Anna is now having a flare up. She's been 2 weeks into her strongman training. Here's the thing. Is she? Anna likes to pre-record. Anna likes to post out of order. So who knows for sure, right? We know that she's been posting about it for 2 weeks. So now Anna says that she is, well, this is the wrong video. There we go. Anna says that she is now in a flare up. So these are Instagram stories. The first one I'm getting off of the Reddit. The last 4 I actually was able to grab from the screenshots. She says, I woke up in a flare. Here's what that looks like for me today. 1, in the last 24 hours, I've gained 15 pounds of inflammation. If I woke up and I was 15 pounds heavier than I was the night before, I would go to the hospital. I don't care. If I woke up and I was 15 pounds heavier than the night before, I would go to the hospital. I just would. That's weird. That would scare the living shit out of me. I'm sorry. My joints hurt and I have a full body ache. I would go to the hospital. I am exhausted and feel generally weak. I would go to the hospital. My skin, eyes, and lips are super dry, like the water has been sucked out. Do I need to keep repeating myself? I can't put thoughts together. You're having a stroke. Like, my stomach is fighting a war I can't win. Are these not signs of like heart failure? Am I wrong? Hang on. Heart failure occurs when the muscle doesn't... This is from the Mayo Clinic. Heart failure. Shortness of breath with activity or when lying down. Fatigue and weakness. Swelling in the legs and ankles. Reduced ability to exercise. A cough that won't go away. Swelling in the belly area. Rapid weight gain from fluid buildup. Nausea and lack of appetite. Difficulty concentrating or decreased alertness. Chest pain. Okay. Let's see. Fatigue, right? Swelling. That'll cause the ankles. That'll cause the joint pain. She didn't mention any of that. She's too weak to exercise. Don't know if she's wheezing. Don't know if she's coughing. Swelling, again. Rapid weight gain from fluid buildup. Nausea. Her stomach's fighting a fight, can't win. Difficulty concentrating. She can't think. Go to the doctor. Go to the fucking hospital, Anna. Jesus Christ. Anyway. So that was fun. But in true Anna fashion, we're not going to do that. By the way, guys, if you're having those symptoms, if you wake up suddenly and you're 15 pounds heavier than you were the night before, go to the doctor. Anna says, here's what I'm doing so I can get back to the things I love. Full body compression, emergency meds. I didn't see that on there. Bed rest with regular light movement through the day. Okay. Making sure to properly nourish my body. Girl, that's part of the problem. Lots of water and electrolytes. Yeah, because salt content is going to help with the water gain. Lymphopress morning and night. I think that's her jacket thing that she had. I could be wrong, but I think that's that full body suit thing that she had that she's supposed to be doing daily anyway. We haven't seen her do since she harassed that guy who was fitting her for it. All right. These were all from her stories, and these are in order. I captured them off of her Insta story before earlier this morning, actually. Today being September the 3rd. She says, I had a few DMs, so in an attempt to get more answers to more people, here's some info to clarify my previous story. I have several autoimmune conditions that you can't know about, which are the likely causing, of this flare. Yep. When you have co-conditions, it's hard to pinpoint which one is causing the problem. So my treatment plan was designed for what my body responds to best. Who designed your treatment plan? Designed by who? Who designed it? If you are experiencing something similar, the best person to ask about it is your doctor. True. Getting to this point took time and trial and error with my medical team. She loves saying that. My medical team. She loves that. I know. Mm-hmm. I know. Uh-huh. I know. I coughed. It was awful. It was the worst. This is definitely not something I am capable of advising anyone on, among other things that I do anyway. Sarcasm. If you don't feel supported in your current treatment plan, don't live with it. Tell your doctor. Also, if you don't like your doctor or don't feel they listen to you, get a new doctor if you can. I mean, not everybody's capable of doing that. You deserve to feel supported in your medical care. Look, yes. However, not everybody has that option. So I am fully aware that that is not an option for everyone, especially in the US. So do what you can with what you've got. All right. I know Anna's a bit like out of it sometimes. So For the record, I am pretty sure this flare is caused by my hormones, lack of sleep, stress, and weird weather. It couldn't possibly be you hitting the gym as hard as you claim you're hitting it, and then following it up with Nando's, and then drinking 2 large-ass sugary drinks, plus Starbucks, plus eating a bowl full of olives, and all the other salty goodness that you've been eating. But I don't know what you eat. Dim tung pie or whatever that was, where you ate an entire serving or an entire basket of soup dumplings to yourself, plus the pickles. Don't get me wrong, all of those things are delicious, but they're meant to be shared, not eaten by one person. These are all things that were on her stories, TikToks, and Instagrams that we didn't go over, but they were available to be watched. Yes, my darling. I'm pretty sure the flare-up has been caused by your sudden increase in exercise and your crap diet. What? Yeah, thank you. I love you. All which have been constant agitators for me across my journey. To where? I've also been doing a lot more than I've ever done, and it's probably my body also reminding me to slow down and rest more. So I'm trying to listen and respect those cues. That's the real growth here. She always says that. She always says that. She said that on her cross-country trip when she was going from Texas to North Carolina. Yeah, to go to the wellness retreat. And she was like, oh my God, I can't go to all the national parks I want to go to because my legs have swollen to 5 times their normal size. Yada, yada. You know, she says that every time she gets a tired or flare up, she says, my body's telling me to slow down. I'm trying to learn to listen and respect my body. My body. I need to get a clip of Lindsay saying that. One last thought here. This is the part of the cycle. This is the off-platform defensiveness and the defensive convincing. We're well into this phase. Well into this phase. One last thought here. I haven't had a bad flare-up since my last surgery, and I was beginning to believe I might never go through this again. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I feel like she had a flare-up right after the 4th surgery. And I feel like she's had one. Yeah, okay, no. I just got done telling you. She had one after the surgery because she was sitting on her couch telling us about it while she was making the video and yelling at us for not being uber supportive. This was in her video supposedly telling us about the 3rd and 4th surgery. So there's one. She had another one where she posted pictures of herself or a video of herself using the massage gun on her throat. That was a different one. I'm almost positive. So that was part of a flare up. And then she at least had that flare up again, driving from Texas to North Carolina. Pretty sure it was North Carolina, to go to the wellness retreat, where she learned to eat healthy by eating more and larger portions, more frequently and larger portions, and then hiking, doing that 10 mile hike, also 10-hour hike, where she ate an Uncrustable every 2 miles. So there's at least 3 flare-ups since the last surgery you had, since the 4th surgery, not counting this one that you're currently going through. So there's 3 that I'm aware of. When was the one that you were talking about being a spoonie? I'm pretty sure that's in there somewhere, but that one might be related to the one where you were using the massage gun on your throat. Those 2 might be related. So yeah, you've had flare-ups. Were they bad? I don't know. Define that, I guess. My reality is this will always be a possibility. Flares will happen. We don't know what this means, by the way. We have no idea what she's talking about. She never defines this. She never describes it. All we know is she rapidly gains a lot of weight, usually in fluid, because she has described this before as something she can gain somewhere between 20 to 40 pounds, she says, of fluid overnight. Go to the hospital. Sometimes, even when I am trying to do everything right, it's hard to remember that it's not your fault, that your body is different. In case anyone else is flaring out today and feeling like they did something wrong, I see you. It truly is the worst part of living with chronic illness, when your body doesn't behave as expected and you feel like you're a failure, and you feel like a failure even if it's not even fully in your control. She gets a lot of people in her comments section, and they get deleted, or at least who say they do. Again, on the internet, no one knows if you're a dog. Who tell her that they have chronic conditions and chronic illnesses that they identify. Some of them even have EDS, like she's tried to claim that she's had in the past. But anyway, she gets a lot of comments from people who do have actual chronic illnesses, and they are usually not kind. She got a lot of backlash when she was trying to identify as a spoonie the last time. And so, but she still insists that she has chronic illness, but she will not identify what those chronic illnesses are. And even when she was kind of toying with the idea that she might have EDS, she never was like 100% like, I have EDS. It was always like, I probably have EDS. I'm trying to get diagnosed with EDS. And the EDS thing was part of her lipedema. Because, which one was it? Dr. Herbst was telling her that lipedema and EDS were related because they're both connective tissue disorders, according to Dr. Herbst. Don't come for me. Right, so now that she's no longer really riding the lipedema train, she's not really talking about connective tissue and EDS as much anymore, which is why we're not hearing about it like we were. So that's why we're not hearing about that as much, is because that's not as important to Anna anymore, because that's not the story arc that we're in right now. We're not in the lipedema era anymore. Much like Taylor Swift, Anna has eras. So that's why we don't hear about that anymore. But when she does this chronic illness shit, she gets a lot of backlash for it that very swiftly gets deleted. And so I'm just always interested to see what kind of backlash she's going to get from this, because again, she never identifies what chronic illness she's talking about, but it's her way of deflecting criticism and keeping critics away, because we can't criticize what we don't know, right? Except we can, because we can criticize that we don't know, and that she just keeps saying things like, I'm having a flare up. Okay, a flare up of what? I have chronic illness. Chronic what? What is the chronic illness you have? What is flaring up? Right? You're describing heart failure. So what chronic illness? Do you have heart failure? Do you have chronic heart failure? I think that's a chronic illness. I'm pretty sure. So are you just basically telling us you have heart failure? You're having a chronic heart failure? Is that what you're trying to tell us without telling us? Is that, I finally just put 2 and 2 together here? Is that what's going on? So that's the kind of thing. I think we're pretty much done here. We have gone from Anna learning to do a split squat, even though she knew how to do a split squat and was capable of doing a split squat, at least in 2023, to Anna having a flare up, probably because she has overworked her body. Everybody was predicting this was going to happen. Lo and behold, it has happened. And now she's yelling at us because we don't know anything about her and her super magical body and what her body does and her body yada yada. And that's where we're at now. So Anna is currently in the middle of a flare-up, and she's going to go treat that flare up by eating more food and drinking more electrolytes and doing nothing. And that's how we're going to treat that flare up of 15 pounds of water gain, of fluid gain. Overnight. Go to the hospital. I'm sorry. Just go to the fucking hospital. I don't care. Anyhow, so that's where we're at. All right, if you have made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a tree down in the comment section because Anna went hiking, and we are going to go over that video. So we are going to go over Anna's hike to Crater Lake in a minute, probably in this exact outfit. And yeah, so I just really wanted to go over all of that. I do plan on watching Greg Duche's video. I do plan on looking into her coach, not because I think he's shady or anything. I just want to know more about him. I probably want to at least glance in on the Strongwoman that she made a brief video with. And I think that's, I don't know, I feel like we need to kind of keep up on the Strongwoman story arc, but we might be at the end of it already. We might be at the end of it. It may have just had a very short lifespan, but we'll find out. And we're still hiking. We still have our hiking era going on. So that's kind of cool, I guess. So that's where we're at with that. And I'm trying to think what else she was been doing. Nando's. We're still doing the Nando's. We're still in our Nando's era. So there's that, I guess. So did her coach tell her to eat Nando's after every workout? Did her coach tell her to do that? We'll find out. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, your emoji is a tree. Let me know what you guys think down below. Sorry for the constant interruptions between my cough and my cats. I can't help it. And that's all I've got for you guys. So I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye!